All right, my hair is extra wet today, so I'm super excited for this because I just got out of the shower. But all right, here we go. I gotta give a shout out to my patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube members. They voted for this game that we're about to play today. Basically, every single month, or pretty much every single month, I have a poll that goes up to my YouTube members who they either pick on a villain or a hero, depending on the month, for Marvel Champions. And over on Patreon, they pick the opposite, right? The hero, the villain, that's opposite. So this month, Patreon picked the hero. Well, they tied. They tied on Spider and Star-Lord. And we recently did Spider, so I was like, we already did that. So I'm going to be playing Star-Lord today. And YouTube also tied because I think they just like to make fun of me because they all voted and it was a four-way tie. I don't know how they figured it out, but I think they colluded. So I get to be the tiebreaker again. So yay me. So I'm picking against Nebula because I haven't played against Nebula in a while, and I thought that would be fun. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down to the table first. We're going to look at the deck I'm using. It's also, there's a link for Marvel CDB down below, so you can check that out as well. But like I said, thank you, patrons over on Patreon, for supporting me. YouTube members, thank you for supporting me. Without you all, a lot of this stuff doesn't happen. So thank you very much. Let's go check out this deck. All right, I know it's not Sunday morning. Oh, man, this comes up backwards. I hate that I mirror this screen, but it says, I am your father. I just love this mug. But anyway, I know it's not Sunday or coffee time. But man, I need it. I don't know about the rest of you all. So we have Peter Quill's deck, right? Hopefully you know Star-Lord stuff by now. As far as allies, we're running a very ally-heavy deck. This is basically the whole idea of this deck is that Star-Lord's leading the Guardians, and everyone's a Guardian, for those that don't know. I feel like this gets overlooked a lot. Each ally you control gains a Guardian trait, so once they come in, they become Guardian, like, right away. It's really important to note that, because it triggers, especially Nowhere, which is important. So anyway, we have three allies. We have Maria Hill. Ooh, I hit the microphone. Kalu, and Beast. Beast I'm a little worried about. That might be a little expensive for this deck, because I'm not running any doubles for blue. I'm running doubles for all gray and our normal doubles. But I think it'll be all right. I think we'll get enough card draw. I'm hoping that that'll be okay. Kalu will let us look for the events, so like our attack or the welcome aboard card is what I'm hoping for, and Maria Hill to get some card draw. Now, as far as basic allies, we have Ironheart to help us with card draw. We have Drax, Groot, Martin X, Rocket, and Gamora. Whenever I'm building a Guardians deck, I generally put all these cards in there. It's very rare that I don't do that. So, and then we have X. X going to give it to you with Nick Fury and Lockjaw. I like X because I'm hoping we can confuse Nebula, right? We should be able to. I think an attachment might give her steady, but I can't remember, or stalwart. But hopefully we can attach so we can confuse her to help us flip down. Nick is always good. And Lockjaw is really great and strong because it allows you to... since you can play him from the discard, if we end up with like Power on All of Us and like a dead hand, like with like a lot of resources, we can just play him from the discard pile, so we're not like completely wasting a hand. You know what I mean? All right, so we have 3 copies of Welcome Aboard. This is going to be our main thing because we can play only if your identity has the Guardian trait, max 1 per round. Reduce the resource cost of the next ally played this phase by 2. So hopefully we can get our allies in super cheap that way. Again, we're running just a lot of allies. Then we have Leadership Training. I haven't messed around with this card too much, but I wanted to play with it. Exhaust this card and remove 1 training counter from it. It only has 2 on it. And then choose a Leadership Blue event in your discard pile and shuffle it into your deck. Again, I'm hoping that if I get Welcome Aboard early on or something like that, that I can quickly get it back in my deck and again play a lot of allies very quickly and very cheap, hopefully. Team Training. It was between this or a Ready Up card. I don't know which would be better, honestly, in this game. So I went with Team Training. We'll see. We have Avengers Mansion for more card draw. I want to talk about this in the video because I've been playing this a lot more recently, and I think I'm back on board. And we'll talk about this in a second, or in a separate video down the line. So make sure you hit subscribe and turn notifications. Nowhere we'll play because we're Guardian. Increase your ally limit by 1, which we'll probably need because we have so many allies. And then after a player plays a Guardian ally, exhaust Nowhere, that player draws 1 card. Well, Star-Lord makes everyone a Guardian ally, so we can use that on like Nick Fury, for example, and we'll get to draw a card. And then Endurance to gain some life. I think Peter's going to be taking some hits early on. I haven't fully decided how we're going to approach this, but we'll see. But yeah, all right, that is everything for setup. Let me finish, or that's everything for the deck. Let me finish setup, and then we'll jump into the game. All right, so we're mostly set up. We'll finish up a little bit. Let me shuffle Nebula's deck while we talk. Her life counter is going to be here with 14 on stage 1. Again, we just have standard Wait, did I put standard in here? I have to put standard in. Almost cheated. Almost cheated, chat. So we have standard, space pirates, our obligation, and ship command, right? And then also Power Stone comes out. So if we read the art of evasion, put Nebula's ship environment into play, which is right over there. So we'll look at that in a second. Attach the Power Stone to Nebula. Done. Put the Milano support into play. Discard the top 2 cards of the encounter deck. Then attach each technique card discard this way to Nebula. So we'll do that in 1 second. So she gains the Power Stone. So right now she's a 2/3 villain instead of a 1/2 villain. And then we'll be pretty set up. So we just have to do 3 damage. Each technique attachment revealed the first round gains Surge. Okay. I think we're good. I think we'll be good. All right. So she deals technique. Nope. Technique. No. All right. So neither is a technique. So that's good. There was no technique attachment. Okay. This starts with 2, and X is equal to the number of evasion counters on Nebula. I feel like, well, I pulled the wrong tokens. Yeah, every now and again I do that. I pull. No, that is the right token, right? No, that is the right token. Every now and again I pull the wrong tokens because I get Nebula's ship and there's a different ship. I get them confused a lot, and I don't know why. It's just one of those things. So we gotta pull up the correct Nebula ship tokens because can't have you all judging me. All right, so it's equal to that. When Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability. All right, so when the villain phase begins, place 1 evasion counter here. So we'll place them actually next to this card, so I have to reach all the way up. Exhaust the Milano and spend up to 2 resources to remove 1 evasion counter each way. So that only has 6 threat on it, so we do want to get rid of that kind of quick. I don't want to deal with that for too long, to be honest. So, yeah. Okay, and then when Nebula initiates an activation against you, resolve the special ability. I guess it's interrupt, so we do that first. Okay, so I think we're gonna be pretty good. So the thing with Nebula is that, or the critique I should say with Nebula is that she can be very random. This could be harder than Ronin or the easiest fight we ever have, depending on how the technique cards kind of fall. Because if she starts surging into a bunch of them, it's rough. It gets really rough really fast. So we'll see how that goes. But I think we'll be all right. And we got to make sure this stays down. Hopefully we can confuse her and whatnot, but I think we'll be all right. So, all right, we're going to start off with our 6 hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't have the zooms working in right now because I've been messing around with stuff, so I apologize for that. Okay, so what we have is a Groot, which is always a good blocker, I feel like. It's a 3/1/2/6. He'll be able to defend a lot, which I think is really, really strong. Rocket's only really good for minions, and there are none yet. Kalu isn't terrible. Welcome Aboard's nice because we'll be able to reduce Groot's cost. Nova Prime would be good, but it's really expensive for what it is right now. Jet Boots. When Star-Lord would take any amount of damage, exhaust Jet Boots, prevent 1 of that damage for each face down encounter card in front of you. I don't know if that's going to be a thing yet. And Kalu, what are we getting rid of? 3 cards. So he's going to cost 1. So that'd be 1. And we're going to draw 3 more. Yeah, let's keep Kalu. I think Kalu makes sense here. So we'll get rid of these 3. The reason being is because I think being able to get that out and maybe get another event going might help. I don't know. We'll have to see. So Maria Hill. Okay. 2 is a gun and power all of us. Okay. Okay. That's not quite what we wanted, but that's fine. So during our setup, we get to search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Elemental Gun Upgrade and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So we have both Elemental Guns, which is honestly really strong. So I am usually pretty aggressive with Peter. I think it just makes the most sense to be aggressive with him. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'll see how this goes. I was going to slow play this a little bit, but if we have both guns out like super quick, I don't know. I don't even know what we do there. All right, so what we're going to do is we're not going to swap top card because we're going to be card drawing soon. So, let's do Welcome Aboard, right? Play if only your identity has the Guardian trait, max 1 per round. I guess I'll show you that card so you can actually read it. Reduce the resource cost of the next ally that is played by this phase by 2. We are a Guardian, so we get to reduce by 2. So we'll play Maria Hill first. So she comes in quote unquote free, really for one. We get to draw a card, which is X going to give it to you, which actually is really nice. Now I don't know if we need Groot anymore. Ooh, okay, that's interesting. So let's do. Oh boy. Okay, we have a lot of thwarters though. Do you get X or do you get Groot? No, we have enough thwarting. Let's get Groot. All right, so we're going to use a double and we're going to use a double and X to play Groot. The reason being is I want him as a blocker because we have enough to take care of the threat that's on there. We don't really have to worry about that too much, I don't think so. All right, I'm going to play an elemental gun for free. I'm going to take a bad card. This is based off of the what could go wrong, and it turns out a lot of things can go wrong. So play a card from your hand, reduce or giving yourself one face down encounter card. Reduce the resource cost of that card by 3, limit once per round. So we have done that. So let me just mark that with that. We will use the elemental gun, exhaust the elemental gun, spend 1 resource of any type. We'll spend it with Kalu. We could use the Milana, but we just didn't. And deal 3 damage to the enemy. The gains piercing, so that brings us down to 11 on her. And then we get the Power Stone. All right, we get the Power Stone. Groot's not going to do anything. Maria Hill's going to exhaust to thwart 2 off of here because, like I said, we want to keep this down to 0 as much as we can. I could thwart with there, but we have 3 attack, 3 thwart right now, so we might as well attack for the 3. That brings her down to 8. We're built out really well right now. I'm really happy with what we have, so we can ready everything up. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Interesting. The Walk On board doesn't really help. There's no card draw here, but we can get the other elemental gun. So it's not the worst thing, right? We can play these 2 cards and be all right. So, all right, fair enough. So when the villain phase begins, place 1 evasion counter. So this is 1. So that means that this will go up by 1, which is fine. Nebula, first thing she does is her interrupt, but there is no technique card, so we don't have to do any of that. So now it's the attack. So I was going to let Groot take the hit, right, originally. But here's the thing. Maria Hill, she would just do threat removal. But we're probably going to play Gutsy Move, remove 2 threat from the scheme, and remove 2 more for each face down encounter card. We're only going to have 1 because we're going to play these 3 cards with this one. So I feel like we don't need Maria Hill to do any extra thwarting. Probably not. Plus we have her gun out to do attack, and we can thwart 3 as long as we hold onto the Power Stone. So I'm going to have Maria Hill actually take this hit because I think that'd be better for us. So she's going to get hit by 2 and 3, 4. Gets rid of her obligation. So Maria Hill does not make it. So she's out. Then we have our 2 bad cards. Again, we have 2 because we did the what could go wrong. And we're going to see what could have gone wrong. Or what does go wrong. Which is Honor Among Thieves. Reveal. Discard cards on the top of the encounter deck until a criminal minion is discarded. Reveal that minion. Then give that minion a tough status and the villain 1 face down boost card. Wow, okay, that's a lot going on. Luckily with the tough stats, we don't really care because we have piercing, but sure. All right, criminal minion. Nope. 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 Criminal minion. Gains quick strike. So, are we revealing that minion? Yes, we are revealing that minion. It's going to quick strike us for 2 hits. When this minion attacks you, remove the top card of your deck from the game. All right, we're going to let Groot take the hit. So Groot's going to take the hit for 2. After Groot defends against an attack, heal 2 damage from him. So that's fine. After this minion attacks and damages you, right? You is me. So he's still attacking me. I know a lot of people get confused with attack and whatnot. He's still attacking Star-Lord. Groot's just stepping in the way, but he's not damaging me. So I don't have to worry about that. So anyway, that's that. All right, so reveal that minion. Then give that minion a tough status. Can do. And then give the villain 1 face down boost card. So we'll do that there. Okay. So that is Honor Among Thieves. Let's look at our second bad card, which is Pirate Commander. Quick strike. Hey, after this minion attacks and damages you, remove 1 card at random from the game. Okay. And we have no way to defend against this. I really don't want to lose my elemental gun. Yeah, we just gotta take the hit. So we're gonna take the hit. It's gonna go down to 8. Please don't lose the elemental gun. Don't lose it from the game. Don't lose. I hate the space pirates. I really do. I hate that mechanic. All right, so we lost a double from the game. So that's out of the game, unfortunately. All right, so that was our 2 bad cards. We're all set up. It is our turn now. All right, I was gonna do gutsy maneuver. All right, we gotta rethink some things. I do want to do a double and welcome aboard. I think to get the gun in. I don't want 2 bad cards. I think that's not the right play yet. What we can do for fun is we can use the elemental gun, exhaust elemental gun, spend 1 resource of any type. We'll spend it for the Milano, deal 3 damage, and it gains piercing. So we'll just pierce this, take out the lackey. That's dead. We can then use elemental gun and throw away gutsy maneuver to deal 3 damage to an enemy. We'll do it here, so that brings it down. Or I'm sorry. No, we're not doing there. I'm sorry, we're doing it here. 3 damage here. I got way ahead of myself. 3 damage there. Now we can attack for 3 because we still have the power stone, so we'll attack for 3 and take out the pirate commander. Unfortunately, that's probably going to be everything for us right now. So we're going to ready up, and we lost a double. It upsets me. 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Get some allies, hopefully. Nowhere. Okay, I do like the mansion, but the bigger card is nowhere. Right? We can throw away Lockjaw. Throw away these 2 to play the mansion. Probably play the helmet as well, and then use the gun and whatnot. I think that's what we're gonna end up doing. So 2 counters goes on here, which means this one goes up to 3. So we do have to worry about this. Oops, it's a little off screen. We do have to worry about this card. Nebula's gonna attack. Groot is gonna take this hit. She still has no technique cards, so don't have to worry about that. So 2 plus nothing. That's wild. Assault and advance are both gone. So that's 2 damage onto Groot. After Groot, defense against attack, heal 2 from him, so he's back to full life. All right, we get our 1 bad card, which is Gang Up, of course it is. So the villain's going to attack me. I am going to... I'm going to defend this. I'm going to defend the 1. So attacking for 2 plus nothing, so I take 1 damage. So I don't lose the stone. I kind of wanted to hold on to that, so that works out. All right. I'm going to throw away Avengers Mansion and Lockjaw to play nowhere. I think that's a smart card to have overall in the long run. I want to get this Nebula ship down, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to exhaust the Milano, throw away 2 cards. So exhaust the Milano, spend up to 2 resources of any type, remove 1 evasion counter here for each resource spent, so that goes back down to 0. Again, I need to keep that down. I don't want that to pop, but I think it's going to soon. Which, I mean, I guess if it does, it's not the worst thing in the world. All right, let's ready up, and we'll draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need some allies. All right, Ironheart's big because not only do we get to draw a card for Ironheart, but we can use Nowhere. Daring Escape might be really good to start clearing out some stuff. Oh, yeah, we have some options now. Oh, I think we're gonna get a little aggressive now, so I'm excited. 1 counter goes on there, which means this goes up to 4. Groot's going to take the block from Nebula. So again, initiates an attack through a special ability in each technique. There is none. First technique gains Surge. With that. So Groot is blocking the 2 attack, 3, 4 attack. So it takes 4 damage. We're going to heal the 2, so it's back down to 2. Just to make life simpler, I'm not going to put 4 tokens on and take 2 off. Caught off guard. Well, that stinks. All right, so discard upgrade or support you control. I think we're going to get rid of one of our elemental guns. I know it's blasphemy. Blasphemy? I know it's blasphemy, but I really want Nowhere for the card draw. We should have gotten something else in, but I feel like we need that. So, and we've only really been using 1 elemental gun. It'd be good on the push to have later, but if we have the stone and we're swinging 3 and the elemental guns, I feel like we'll be all right. All right, so it's our turn. We're going to use the Power All of Us double to play Ironheart. After you play Ironheart from the hand, draw 1 card. Okay. And then we can use Nowhere after a player plays a Guardian Ally. This is a Guardian Ally now because they have become Guardian. Exhaust this card to draw 1 card, which is Bad Boy. When you would take any amount of damage, then attack, discard this card, prevent all that damage, change to Alter Ego, and draw 2 cards. Interesting. All right, first let's thwart 3 to bring this down to 1. Okay, cool. Do we want Beast in there? All right, Daring Escape is interesting. Let's do Daring Escape. Deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Ready your hero and draw a card. We haven't gotten our big attack. There we go. Okay. I was like, we haven't gotten our big attacks yet. And we could 5, 6, 7. We could do a lot of damage right now, which could be solid. I think we are going to do that. I think we're going to make a little bit of a push here. Okay, so what we're going to do is our double and bad boys, to play sliding shot. So deal 5 damage. We can only do it if we have an elemental gun, which we do. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. So this goes down to 3. And then deal 2 additional damage for each face down encounter card in front of you. There is that one. So 2 more damage. Now, if we wanted a bigger attack, obviously we would have played that card for free and been able to do more attack. But I don't know if that's necessary yet. We'll have to see. So, okay. Ironheart's going to deal the 1 damage to knock out Nebula to the next stage. So next stage, Nebula comes in. She comes in with 17 life, which is a decent amount. And she doesn't have tough or anything. The techniques get a little bit harder with her, so we do have to keep an eye on that, but I think we'll be all right. All right, let's do 3 damage. Again, we're doing 3 because of the Power Stone, so this brings it down to 14. Let's just use Elemental Gun and throw away Beast to deal 3 damage, so that brings it down to 11. Now, part of me wants to do Daring Escape again, but dealing that many face-down encounter cards, and then it's going to lead into some more techniques, I don't think it's going to be great. The only way that works out well is if we know this is a sliding shot, because then we could play sliding shot for free and do massive damage. Like, that's the fun part with Star-Lord, is taking the gamble on it. And a part of me wants to. A part of me wants to. Is that wrong? Is that so wrong? Let's go for it, right? Let's have fun. Let's have fun. So Daring Escape, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. Ready your hero and draw 1 card. Please be a sliding shot. Okay, so that didn't work out as the way we wanted to, but that's fine. So let's then just attack for 3 and bring this down to 8. So we have the win, essentially. We just need to, like, survive is all we need to do. So let's ready up. I'm going to hold on to Nicholas because I think he's good. Martin X. 3 is leader of the Guardians, which is crazy. Daring Escape. We have, like, no cards left. So we're going to get Nick Fury to draw some cards next turn, I think. And we definitely have to win as long as we survive. So this goes up by 2. So this brings us up to 3 total. And this is what I talk about with Nebula. Because she didn't get any of her technique cards and hasn't been surging on us constantly, it hasn't been so bad. All right, so Nebula's going to attack. We're going to have Ironheart take this hit. So it's going to be 2, 3 damage. Ironheart gets knocked out. We have 3 bad cards to deal with. Now, things can obviously go sideways here. If we start surging a lot, it's not great. If we get a lot of minions and whatnot, it's not going to be great. It might not be terrible, actually. Just can't play the game, I guess. Just can't do anything. So whatever. All right. So Shadow of the Past. Mr. Knife comes in with Retaliate. The first treachery the engaged player reveals each villain phase gains Surge. So luckily, this is not the first treachery. We've already revealed the treachery, so we wouldn't gain Surge on this card. I don't think you would. The first treachery. Really, it should say response. Because if it said response, then I would have to do it. But I don't think I have to. That's actually a weird question I have to think about. Because it's a constant... Well, it's a constant thing now. It's a constant thing. Alright, so wait. We put 4 here, so we're going to get extra bad cards. Okay, so we got Shadow of the Past. The first treachery, the engaged player reveals each villain phase gains Surge. Do we think that treachery counts? Because it should say a constant ability. And I want to look up if there's an errata on it. Because that would fix that real fast if they did that with Mr. Knife. Now, I'm going to guess they didn't. Because, that's just how things go in my life. Okay, so Kang, Wasp, War Machine, Sinister Motives. Wait, that seems way too far. Galaxy's Most Wanted. Star-Lord. Mr. Knife. When Mr. Knife is revealed by Shadow of the Past, the Shadow of the Past gains Surge if it was the first treachery revealed this way. No, Mr. Knife was not in play when Shadow of the Past was revealed. So his ability does not call Shadow of the Past. That makes sense because it's technically a constant ability. I think if it was a response, then it would, because you're still in the response window. So, okay, that's good now. They've eroded it, or not eroded it, they've clarified it, I should say, in the rules. So does not trigger. We're good there. All right, number 2. Can't get Shadow of the Past again, so at least that's something. Pyrolachy. Okay, so Pyrolachy's going to attack for 2. We're going to let Groot block this. Groot's going to take up to 4 damage, heal back 2. That's fine. After this minion attacks and damages you, they didn't damage me. Remove the top card of your deck from the game, so you don't have to worry about that. So that's fine. And the next one is, this is a Surge card. So this is an important one with the environment. When the villain phase ends, deal 1 damage to each player. So we will have to deal a damage ourselves when the villain phase ends. It does Surge though, so we have to do the Surge really fast, which is Spartoi Cunning. Discard 1 card random from your hand and take 1 damage and place 1 threat on the main scheme. All right, so let's see what we're getting rid of. Just don't be Nick Fury. I would like to keep Nick Fury. That would be a nice card too, but that's fine. All right, so we get that. We take 1 damage. Let's take the other damage for Rogue Vessel, so we're down to 5, and place 1 threat on the main scheme. So it just goes up to 4, so that's fine. All right, so now it's our turn to win. I don't need to worry about any of these people. I don't even care about them. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna play Nick Fury. We're gonna take a face down card to reduce his cost by 3, because you reduce the resource cost to play that card by 3. And then we'll throw away Martin X because we don't need them. So we are going to pick to draw 3 cards. I know the attack makes more sense. I understand that. But I don't want to do that. to 3 cards because I'm pretty sure we can win. Yeah, there's sliding shot too. All right, so after Nick Fury enters play, nowhere, we're going to exhaust that to draw another card. Team training. I just want to see the fun things we can get, man. That's all this is. All right, so let's win. Win, Rocky, win. Let's dump 1, 2, 3 to play sliding shot. So we deal 5 damage, brings us down to 3. And then 2 more damage for each face down card. There is 1, so that brings it down to 1 life left over. Actually, we can't even afford these, which stinks, but that's okay. So we can use Elemental Gun to throw away, I don't know, Team Training to do 3 damage, knocks out Nebula next stage. Nick Fury can do 2 more damage. We can then attack for 3 more damage, right? We got a lot of damage going. We could also remove some threat if we wanted to. We had 2 cards left over. It could have been rough if we had to make it another round, but this is what I'm talking about where, actually, that's a rough card too, with Barrel Roll. But like her techniques, there was a couple on the bottom. There's actually a few on the bottom. And the other ones, I think, got discarded pretty early on. So Nebula is one of those really weird villains. Actually, we had like no techniques. We had 1 technique in the beginning for the first half of the deck. So like I said, Nebula is one of those weird things that like sometimes it just works fine and it's great. I also think Star-Lord's really powerful, especially when you do like a Guardians build like this. It's really powerful. But anyway, crushed it. So hopefully you enjoyed this playthrough. I'm happy to be able to do this. Like I said, thank you to my patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube members. You know, your contributions to this channel help out this channel a ton. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy watching this playthrough. If you want to help pick out the villains and heroes for next month when we do that, join today, right? Join today. The links are down below. If not, well, at least you can enjoy these gameplays, because I think next time we're obviously going to switch it, but I got to think of some heroes to play that I haven't played in a while. That's how I usually decide my heroes, my villains, is usually ones I haven't played in a while, and maybe some interesting matchups could be in there, so we'll see. But anyway, I appreciate you all taking the time to watch this. If you have not yet, make sure to hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when new videos go live, and then you can watch the video, and then the video takes off, and it does really, really well, and I really appreciate it. Hit the like button and leave any comments. Let me know your thoughts about Nebula. Let me know some of your favorite Star-Lord decks. I like Star-Lord a lot. I haven't played him a little while because I kind of got in a weird aggression rhythm with him, but he is an incredibly fun, strong hero. Really, really great to play. So like I said, let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you all next time.